Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Hello and welcome to Weekly Tips. Today we're going to be putting some sense in your tip jar. Welcome today. Today you're joined by me, Daniel. We're going to be discussing about the type tool here in Photoshop. So the type tool is a really cool little tool you can use. Beginning, obviously, I thought it was really bad. Back in the day it was kind of not too easy to use, but lately it's been updated. This is the 2.19 version of Photoshop, so might have been even updated more, but it's really easy to use now, and it's more practical and things like that in Photoshop for using them versus say Illustrator or InDesign or any other programs you use. It's become more user friendly in the Photoshop, so it's real easy to use. So you just make your cube how you want it, like real small, your text cube, how big you want it, blah blah blah, then you set your color of the text to black. Sometimes I'd use white text, so sometimes it's like that. You might want red text, you might want green text, general black text. It's up here anyway, and there's also down here in the type settings, if you're editing text you can find that there as well. And there's a few things you can do. You can type name, something like that. You can then you can go and left it. So if you say enter line, name Daniel, 2 lines, it'll be left, or in the center or the right. There's those type of what we call type setting that you can do, and things like that. You can, if you want, also change the font here, bold, italic, Arial, what kind of font you want, what kind of size. It's up here too if that's better, things like that. And you can also, if you need to, adjust where the text is. Sometimes this plays up, and it depends on what you're doing. It may be easier to split it into different boxes. The way I do that is cut it and create a new one, a new text tool. So click out that text tool, go to text, paste that. You can copy and paste sometimes. That way it's free to kind of change where you do want to. And when you play with different text and playing with different things, it can be kind of useful to do it that way. 3D. You can make the text 3D and make it look interesting and things like that. So that's 3D mods you can play with, and all sorts of stuff. You have to go back and delete all that stuff. But that's pretty cool. There's all these decent things you can do. At least we'll go back to essentials. Probably turn that off. Not 100% sure how to really I haven't really played around with this 3D effects, but yeah, you can do 3D, do the depth of it, and do some really interesting and cool stuff. It may work for some things, it may not work. It depends on what you're doing. It could be good for posters or designs, and things like that. So yeah, sometimes it's good to use. It's there. 3D, and then from there you do all sorts of stuff. There we go. Also, if you want to size it up, you can, once you have clicked that without changing the put size. You can also do it this way, This way might not be the best way to do it, but you can do it, and it will have the new put size there for you, the PT size there for you, so it's not so bad these days. But used to, when you do it this way, used to really stretch it and stuff like that. If you do want to stretch text, you can, stretch it if you like, but as a designer or a creator, you don't really want to do that unless there's some reason for it. So yeah, hopefully you did learn something today. It's something simple, just text tool in Photoshop. You can use it for many things to label your designs, your portfolio, create logos, create your own logo, edit your website. There might be some sort of word imagery you need for your website, buttons and things like that. So there you go. Feel free to use Photoshop. These days it's much more easier to use text tools, type tool. So thanks for joining me. Let me know down in the comments if you do use type tool, whether you like using it in Photoshop or using another platform. Let me know down in the comments. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining me. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video or enjoyed any of the other videos you watch. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.